The lights of New York City shining brightly here. Hello everyone, I'm Harry Chickma. Aston Martin is known for having some of the most innovative and beautiful cars in the automobile industry. And recently Aston Martin unveiled its newest model. Let's go head to Brooklyn and check out how great this automobile is.
Aston Martin is 102 years old. In 102 years, we've made something around 70,000 cars in total. So they're very rare, they're very exclusive.
I'm growing up as a kid in Brooklyn, just fantasizing and seeing the James Bond film. He was first introduced, that's how I was first introduced to Aston Martin.
We consider Aston Martin as pieces of art, and I've wanted for many years to work with an artist to embellish a car.
Came to the table and was like, Cage, they want you to design this car. I was pretty much floored, right? And then as I spoke to, introduced and spoke to Merrick, I'm like, okay, this is for real. You know, this is gonna happen.
First saw it, that it was as much the graphic element, so the graphical content that was there. So not that the style, brilliant, the colors, exceptional, but it was the way it's been applied in terms of its graphic content on the car, how it's quartered the car. It's actually changed the proportion of the car as well.
Design of the car is a nod to the great masters of tattooing, Japanese bodysuits and the Japanese style. There's a little influence there. There's also a little graffiti style influence. There's a little, the colors that I used on the car is something that I call battle colors.
We've not decided to wrap the car. We've decided to do this as an art car, as a piece of work, as a piece of modern cultural art, which for me is really important.
So you have to respect the craftsmanship and the time and detailing that went into this car. That's why it's a big honor for me to do this on many levels. Right away, we had a conversation. It started out with a conversation. Being a tattoo artist for years and being a street artist, graffiti artist, it's always an honor to actually, when somebody walks through the door, with an idea of being creative. You know, from your everyday person, from your soccer mom to your celebrity, somebody comes through your door and they want to reinvent themselves for whatever reason. And maybe they're not creative, or maybe they are, and this is their way of creating something and reinventing, or taking a bad situation and turning it into something good, or just a celebration, right?
America is a huge market for our collectors, for customers, for the brand, the mark of Aston Martin. And one of the great things about an Aston Martin is that it's a very, very sensual body language. And if there's one area of art that I've always enjoyed looking at, it's the art of tattoo, or the art of doing something where it shouldn't really be done, if that makes sense. Like graffiti. It's not really meant to be there, but it's become an art form in itself. And so this whole idea of putting the tattoo artist onto the car of a onto the body, sorry, of a very, very exclusive Aston Martin was where the concept grew, because it's, you know, we are in many ways quite a, if you like, a company which has a rich tradition, and the tradition is important, but we're also famous for having great connections with rock stars, movie stars. We're the car that James Bond drives, and James Bond is in many ways very serious. In many ways, he stands for something, but he's also a little bit naughty. And I think this whole idea and connection of working with Caves and Brooklyn Made Tattoo, it's a little bit naughty, it's a little bit unexpected, and that's the whole point. The point is that you wouldn't expect Aston Martin to do this, just as you wouldn't expect certain people to have a tattoo. You have no idea when they have full suit or whatever they're wearing, you have no idea. It's a kind of secret.
So the fact that Aston Martin is actually celebrating that reinvention of okay, we are this heritage brand. We are the cream of the crop. We are the upper crust, but we like to have fun too, it's exciting, that they want to be tattooed by caves, right? So it's just like anybody else that walks through the door and wants to reinvent himself. I had to approach this, and the car is a beautiful car. I mean, it's very much like a beautiful woman. I mean, look, the car's got more curves than Marilyn Monroe. How do you tattoo? How do you take that, something that's already perfect, and reinvent it or add something to it, or celebrate it, right? Because it's a part of a celebration, just like someone walking in and getting a tattoo.
First of all, talking to caves over the phone, being introduced in that way, having a look at who Caves is, what the environment in terms of his art and Brooklyn, and what that means to, in many respects, a modern culture in many ways, was for me the most important thing, because being Aston Martin and the Chief Creative Officer for Aston Martin, 102 years of history, it's also important not to look back at history, but to look forward at the modern context of who we are and who we appeal to and what it means. And the street and the world is important as well. It's as important as the city, as important as great art collections, and that connection was important. And as soon as I heard about Caves, I realized that there was a connection there. Brooklyn in itself is, again, unexpected. You'd expect we'd be in downtown Manhattan, but Brooklyn is, again, part of the culture of this fantastic city. It's part of the culture of this fantastic country as well. So that was important. So the more I heard about and read about Caves, then I talked to him on the phone and understood his sensibilities, his understanding of how I and my team create cars as well, how we generate the body forms, the language of our cars, just in the same way you'd find a very sensual body, a very sexy body in a way, and how you'd apply that art to that body was fantastic. So I heard him speak, I heard him on the phone, I was convinced straight away. We chatted, we emailed a little bit, we had more conversations, and then he literally said, hey, it's done.
Dreams, aspirations, intentions. The world has never been more open for consumers to explore, discover, experience, and share. Over the last decade, this zeitgeist has seen good ideas turn into global powerhouses. Now their success has paved the way for the most influential market of them all, the dream economy. Bucket Dream has the chance to be recognized as the #1 dream provider in the world through a platform that's custom built to capitalize on the $6.7 trillion e-commerce market forecast for 2020. Bucket Dream, powering commerce through consumers' passions. Everyone has a dream. Bucket Dream is the first social commerce platform to harness those dreams and turn them into transactions. Bucket Dream gives consumers the tools to publish and share their passions and intentions with their social network and connect them with merchants who fulfill that dream experience. Bucket Dream changes the entire paradigm of marketing. Old marketing relies on an expensive and ineffective pay, spray, pray model. Last year, US brands spent $180 billion on advertisements that are difficult to measure, not relevant to consumers' dreams, and not informed by consumers' intentions. With Bucket Dream's new marketing, consumer is king. It takes the guesswork out of advertising. By building and sharing their bucket lists on the Bucket Dream platform, consumers tell Bucket Dream what they want to do, who they want to do it with, when they want to do it, and how much they wish to spend. Bucket Dream shares this passion data with partner merchants, allowing them to slash advertising costs and make the right sale to the right consumers at the right time. Partnered with Bucket Dream, the world's best entertainment and media companies will have unprecedented access to future transactional information about consumers intending to purchase specific dream experiences. Powered by a global entertainment and media network, Bucket Dream will become the world's largest dream repository. Every merchant, brand, and media outlet will want to tap into Bucket Dream's bank of consumer aspirations, not to mention its branded content, publishing, and merchandising avenues. Bucket Dream has the chance to be recognized as one of the most valuable and influential brands in the world, and carve a legacy among industry titans as the founder of the world's first dream economy. Bucket Dream. Dream bold, dream big.
You have to live with the car, and it was great. Denise is like, no, I'm gonna get you a car and you're gonna live with it for a while. You're gonna drive it around. I'm like, great, I'm gonna drive this car around. Yeah, okay. Wishes, bucket list, checked, bucket list checked. But that's what it takes to understand what this car is. You have to get in it, smell the leather, see the stitching, see the hand quality of, like, this is built out of love, and the attention to detail is the craftsmanship and the attention, the devil's in the detail, the attention to detail, and it is a work of art. So this is when I have to take all my expertise of 30 years and plus. I was a little kid, I want to tell my story. I picked up a spray can, right? And that's when my journey began. And I mastered this craft. As long as somewhere down the line, I wanted to do something that had honor involved in it. That's the tattooing king, because it's an honor for me to tattoo people. And that's the ultimate form of graffiti in my eyes, right? An ultimate form of expression for someone to actually physically have some of your artwork on their body.
Well, we are, as I said, in 102 years, we've made only 70,000 cars, so we're very rare, we're very exclusive. They're all built by hand. It takes around 200 to 250 man-hours to build one of our cars. A Vanquish, this is the Vanquish Volante. This took probably around 220 man-hours to build, so they're very exclusive. This is all carbon fiber. The body is all carbon fiber. It's very lightweight, very, very rigid in terms of its structure. Has a 6-litre V12 engine in it, so again, very, very powerful. They're all based around great proportion and great beauty. And I think what do you get in Aston Martin is something which is rare, exclusive, and beautiful. And it's something that everyone will react towards in terms of seeing a beautiful car and appreciating who you are as a customer, as a client, and they're typically appreciated by people who are self-made, who want the finer things in life. It's one of the reasons James Bond drives one of our cars, I guess. But now to have Caves tattoo a car, it's that plus the unexpected, and for me that's why it's so exciting.
So after having the conversation with Merrick, he's like, I want you to treat this car like it was a tattoo. Physically, if you could take a tattoo machine and engrave this car, that's what I would like. I really want that commitment into expression. So, okay, that was my job. So taking all the skill that I have and combining it and really just freestyle, seeing the design of this car, the shape, the curves, and approaching it as a tattoo. I actually took the car and the skin of the car I have to incorporate into the design. So I went to start out with like anybody would start out with sketches, little thumbnail sketches, and you get inspired, and you just start like a little kid. Your imagination starts running wild, and I wanted to make a bold statement with the car, as Aston would like to do, is where it's a piece of artwork. And it's not just like a fancy paint job, it's something for the showroom, it's something for the gallery. So I went to work and and started to do what I do.
So I flew out here, we met this morning, the car was unveiled, and beyond all my expectation of the drama, because I'd said I didn't want something that was too delicate, too fine. I wanted something that would be a wow as soon as you saw the car. And it's an instant reaction that you get to the car. The lightning strikes, the thunderbolts, if you like, that you can hear. So you'll hear the thunderbolts in the car when it's going. You can see the lightning strikes, and then these whimsical clouds that are also in there, and the passion of the color that surrounds them. So for me, it was great. It was an awesome reaction from myself to see the car, and just big smiles all around, because again, it was that unexpected thing. I had a vision in my head, and this superseded the vision in terms of its dramatic impact.
I'm a freelance filmmaker and one-woman storyteller. My job means I get to travel a lot, but by using the Bucket Dream mobile app to create and share my dreams, I can now make the most of those people, those places, those moments. So now I'm not just living my life, I'm living my bucket list. It's not a magic ticket, it's a mindset, a decision to live fully wherever I am and be intentional about where I go next. Bucket Dream is a tool to help me tick off my todays and focus my tomorrows. It makes me think about not just when and where, but how. And the thing is, the more dreams I complete, the more certain I am that we're all capable of making our dreams reality. So I'm going to keep dreaming, keep living, keep sharing, in the hope that I might inspire you to inspire me. My name's Annalisa, and I'm a bucket dreamer.
When it comes to the baddest car on the street, the Aston Martin, and when it comes to the baddest, Brooklyn-made type, artists, you come to Caves. You know what I'm saying? You have to live with the car. The car sells it in a sense. You have to feel that car. So, there's many steps to the car, but as you're combining all those textures and mediums and you're trying to accomplish a goal, and the goal is for that car to feel like it's moving, standing still, because it does. I mean, if you look at it, it's like I said before, it's shaped the contours of a body, and it's constantly moving, and that was the goal was to make that car pop. It's a sense of pride. It's a sense of accomplishment. It's like I said, the Brooklyn kid makes good. And it's definitely a sense of an achievement, of a creation that it mixes all of those things. Once I see this bridge, I know I'm home. And it's always been a source of great inspiration, and my neighborhood's always been a source of great inspiration. So. I came up through the street culture. I'm like a purveyor of street culture and street art, right, and graffiti art, and I like to mix, tattooing and all these different mediums to accomplish a creativity and a form of expression to tell my story. You envision different styles, or but as soon as you touch the car, like if it was a train, you're in front of it. You only have so much time to produce something that is that moves you and also moves, right? So I went in and I laid it with spray paint, and I did the blends and a bunch of different techniques I learned as a child, right? So the years and years of spray painting, you're able to render the spray paint. But I wanted to feel more than just you know, a blend of colors. I wanted to have texture, I wanted to have depth. So then I added the lightning, and from the lightning, you know, the source, the clouds. And it has to have a tattoo kind of, you know, that was the only kind of instructions I got, was a tattoo kind of, you know, inspiration, a tattoo foundation. So the Japanese style graffiti hybrid clouds came into play, but then a lot of this texture I also painted over the cars to give it you know, some sort of energy. And from there, you know, I went around and just came in and fine detailed it, and it was like a kid at Christmas when I peeled back of the tape, because then, you know, you got your wish, you know, came together. But it was kind of, because of the spray paint and it's flat, you know, I knew that it wouldn't come, you know, completely together until it was lacquered. So there's like 7 or 8 coats of lacquer on it, and I think the lacquer and the shine brings it all together and makes it one.
Hi everyone, and welcome to New York City, the city of dreams. I'm Harry Chickma. We're here at the Bucket Dream New York meeting. Shareholders, investors, and members of the Bucket Dream community joining together to talk about the bright future and initiatives of Bucket Dream.
It's a journey from where you start to where we are now, and I think for what we're seeing for the company, for all shareholders, is we're seeing a commitment from key people.
I'm here because I believe in Tim Carroll, and I've known him for over 30 years, and secondly, I believe in Bucket Dream, and I've got to say I'm super impressed with the calibre of the people that I'm meeting today.
When I met Tim and I queried him about what Bucket Dream was all about, I just thought, my God, I finally met somebody who has an understanding of what the next industrial revolution is going to be.
Well, today I came to see the future. I wanted to see where this team is going and how I think one of the most powerful apps in terms of the societal connection is going.
Bucket Dreams, people talking positively about great things that they've enjoyed, that they've shared, you know, maybe inspiring someone else. So I think it's like a massive conversation starter, and it's just on a global scale.
I love the concept. I mean, you know, that we're building a platform that's going to help people live their dreams. That's what I love, because we're all dreamers. We all have a bucket list. We all aspire to do things that are out of the ordinary.
I think it's very positive and very healthy, and I think more and more people, particularly because of the internet, the world has opened up, and I think you're going to see more and more people see dreams globally.
Eric Fernandez doing so much to help Bucket Dream, and now you're joined by the brain trust of Bucket Dream. So tell me about the day and how great this meeting has been.
It's actually been pretty incredible. We truly are a global company, and we draw from talent all over the world. So to kind of get an opportunity to all come together and just have a meeting of the minds, and throw back and forth ideas and just offer up great things, this time is really valuable, and it's been a great opportunity to hear from everybody and just move the company that much further.
We've created a momentum which continues into this board meeting here and team meeting here in New York. And so there's a number of achievements, raising capital, the legal framework, having people like Peter on board, and they just continue to roll on.
I think this organisation's got one incredible advantage, in that it's actually respectful and looking after the people that it wants as part of its community, the dreamers. It's not how do we make a buck out of these guys, it's genuinely how do we get on and help.
The vision of Bucket Dream is all about helping to grow the intention economy, and that's all about helping people talk about what they want to do, when they want to do it, and helping them fulfill, plan and experience, and then share it.
We could do something that I think hasn't been done before. We're playing around with people's inspiration and the inception of ideas and how they actually fulfill that.
Whether it's, a trip to Italy, a trip to Bora Bora, that's something that people feel is tangible, achievable, and something they can be a part of, and that's a really powerful, it's the everyday dream.
Bucket Dream is all about positivity, joining the community, joining dreams together. How do you think this can help make the world a better place?
We're making it easier for dreamers and anybody around the world to dream. Dream bigger, dream bold.
Why do you think people should join Bucket Dream?
I mean, the app is beautiful. It's an amazingly beautiful app, really simple to use, and the fact that it can help you not just share your dreams, but achieve it and live your dreams, I think that's the core.
Connection, connectivity, and commerce. That is common to every individual on the planet. And if you're able to bring together commerce with connectivity, with communication, with a strong tie of this whole notion of virtual collaboration, people absolutely will just be drawn to it and keep using it. And I do believe that's going to make the world a better place.
I like it the most that it's universal it covers every demographic, it covers every country, it covers every type of, whether it's a family or a couple or a single, doesn't matter whether you're whatever your religion, or everybody has got dreams and everybody wants to get something extra out of life, so it's super universal.
For somebody who's just turned 50 and starting to make that bucket list, I can identify with the goals of Bucket Dreams, wanting to accomplish or do or experience those things that you maybe haven't done yet in your life because you've been working too hard or whatever, and you want to focus on making sure that you have all those experiences.
I think it's important for a company or an app to help people realize that they shouldn't just be working day in, day out and not have a list.
I'd like more and more people to get on Bucket Dream, to participate in it, to have their dreams, to share their dreams.
Tim is the gel that pulls this together. His passion, his excitement. I mean, this is a guy who has been up, down, backwards and sideways over 48 months and has never once been anything other than positive and outwardly excited about this company. And that infectious excitement really is what rubs off on everybody else. That's why we're here, really. We're here because Tim's here.
Bucket Dream is now a force, and I think our greatest strength or our greatest asset is our ability to dream big, dream bold, and never say die.